We are about to just finish out with the current events. Things happen, and again, our motto being football is life. So we got to take a look at all the stuff that's going on that's affecting football and affecting life. Let's take a quick look at the Ben and Barry on football page. First thing I wanted to make a note of is that there's changes in the playoff format for Wild Card Weekend. It said here with the addition of the Monday night game to the 2021 playoffs. So now you have a Monday night playoff game. Super Wild Card Weekend will now have 2 wild card games on Saturday, 3 on Sunday, and 1 on Monday. So Wild Card Weekend is going to be, by Tuesday, we're going to be like worn out, just crazy.
Yeah, that's going to be crazy. When is that? When is that? What are the dates?
When do the play Wild Card Weekend start?
Yeah,
at the end of week 18, which I'd have to go in and take a look.
Yeah, I mean date wise, like it's December, right? January.
Somewhere in there, yeah.
January.
Yeah. All right, you better be able to run the ball.
I'm with it.
And then the remaining bye weeks. Man, I did a fantasy alert.
What?
How the bye weeks break down in NFL 17 games. So there's still some bye weeks left. And so I just thought I'd put that out there so people could take a look at the upcoming bye weeks and prep for their fantasy adjustments.
I tell you what, as the season started and we started to creep up to the first bye weeks, I was looking at the teams that were being effective in the weeks 6, 7, 8, 9, and I was calling week 7 bye week Armageddon. Like there were so many top teams and so many top players out on bye week 7. It was crazy. But somehow, some people survived it and some didn't. But guess what? By week 12, the Chiefs are off. By week 13 and by week 14, they're going to be rough. And this is only week 11. 12, 13, and 14 are going to be rough. And this is where people are jockeying for playoff position in fantasy. So this is going to be extremely important. And you still got COVID issues. You still got people going out with injuries. This is one of the more, some people would use the word competitive. I don't know if I want to use the word competitive, but this has been one of the more strange fantasy years in the last few.
Yeah.
There's so much stuff happening and so much jockeying for position. It's insane. People are now talking about the Titans got the easiest schedule going through, and they've already locked up the AFC South, and the Eagles should go undefeated from here on because their schedule is. You got to be kidding me. How can you say that after some of the debacles we've seen over the last few weeks? It's too crazy, man. This is the NFL. This is any given Sunday. This is you. There's nothing guaranteed.
Man, let me tell you something. You're so right on that. I mean, we know the NFL wanted parity, but where we think it did not exist, all of a sudden it exists, and then you have teams coming along that really weren't being talked about in the preseason. You and I, when we talked about in the preseason about what the Patriots were doing in terms of free agency, number one, they were doing free agency. We're like, oh, wait a minute. These guys are spending some money here. They're getting tight ends. They're trying to get a little bit of speed, What the heck, So, yeah, man. And then you start to see the fruits of some of this labor in week 10, week 11.
The crazy thing is they got Hunter Henry and Jonnu Smith to revive the old New England 2 tight end system thing. Hunter Henry's been a little bit more lively as far as the passing game is concerned. But Jonnu Smith, their running game is cooking right now. Some dude named Ramondre Stevenson.
Yeah, he's being mentioned in the fantasy circles.
Bro, people were picking him up left and right. Today was the day that guys came off waivers and became free agents every Wednesday morning. He was flying off the boards.
Really?
Now, here's the tricky thing, though. Damian Harris is in concussion protocol and might be cool by the end of the week. But Ramondre played so well, might turn into a committee. These are the things you got to look at when you play fantasy. You gotta really be in the room. You gotta be in the locker room. Like you gotta put this stuff together, man.
All right, what's up? We got highlights. So I just want everybody to know, come to Ben and Barry on football on Facebook, and you will get the highlights. I'm going to try to make sure that we bring in a highlight of each game so that you can go back and take a quick look and see what happened
every
in
game.
those games.
That's cool. That's cool. So now, everybody out there, if you watch us, you know that you could come to our Facebook. That's our Facebook page, right?
Yes, sir.
You can come to our Facebook page and you can watch the highlights of any game you want. So if you're arguing with somebody about a play or something, you know you can go right here and you can find that play. If you're looking for your particular team, maybe you missed the game or you weren't sure about something that happened in the game with a team that you were rooting for, you can go right here and you can find it. So that's big, man. That's good. I'm going to use that myself.
Well, you mentioned the word argument. You didn't mention fight. Apparently, Jackson State and Southern had a post-game brawl, and it's now.
Was it really a brawl, bro? Did you watch it?
No.
You didn't see it live?
No. Did you?
Video up? No, I didn't.
Okay. I'm going by this article. And the main thing is that we have been truly following Deion Sanders, Coach Prime at Jackson State, you know, and all that he's attempting to bring to the table for our young Black men. And so, you know, apparently this is, you know, really being looked at. And I just kind of mention it because I'm interested to see what comes out of this, because this is not, I mean, you remember when we were playing and people were like, you know, you guys could potentially be on television if y'all stop fighting.
Yeah, I remember they were saying that was back in the day when cable was just kind of coming around, and they were like, yo, you know, y'all could get on cable, man. They could be coming out here showing y'all games, but y'all fight too much and y'all cuss too much. I'm like, man, what are you gonna do? But guess what, man? First of all, when they use the word brawl, I need to go back and look at the video. Were there helmets flying and punches flying? Or is it usually it's a bunch of pushing and shoving. The way I heard it was, and Coach Sanders apologized profusely to the Southern coaches and the Southern University fans. He said he was extremely sorry for that. He thought that his players did not show class. He was extremely disappointed. He said all the right things. And then he said, they tried to plant our flag in the middle of their field. It's a turf field. You can't plant a flag on a turf field. Oh, he's pissed. Oh, they're going to catch it.
So then what do you got to put a hole in the turf?
You can't plant nothing in a turf field. You know what's underneath of the artificial grass? Rubber.
Yeah, Is this one of those pellet fields with the
Yes, it's a pellet. Come on, bro. Whose idea was that? Oh, they're gonna be running gassers for days.
Okay, well, I said I wanted to know what they were going to do. Now we running gassers for days. But yeah, come on, fellas. You know, we have to show that we deserve the all of the prime time that you're going to get now that you have these coaches that are coming in that are Hall of Famers and things of that nature. So let's get it together. Just wanted to mention that real quick.
Just win with class, man. Win with class.
PFT, Pro Football Talk. You gotta love those guys, man. You got an attorney on the show, and he sees stuff and he thinks like an attorney. You know me. That's it. That's the other part of my world, marketing legal services. This is the stock offering from Green Bay, and he brought it up because number one, it's $300 for a certificate that has zero value.
Right.
From what I understand, there's actually a processing fee of like $35. So it's like $335 for a certificate that means absolutely nothing. You have zero equity, zero say. It has nothing. But wait, this is what he wanted to bring out. In the stock offering document, here's the language. It says near the bottom, it says that a shareholder of an NFL member club, if they've been guilty of conduct detrimental to the welfare of the NFL, and among other things, the commissioner has the authority to fine such shareholders up to $500,000 and to require such shareholders to sell his or her stock.
So, you know what that means, right?
What?
So, Joe Blow spends his, how much? $335?
Yep.
Get his worthless piece of paper.
Right.
And then he frames it and hangs it on his wall.
Right.
He's a proud cheesehead. He's
Right.
a proud Packer fan. And he goes to the field and he gets drunk and he pulls his pants down and jumps out of the stands and runs on the field. 500 grand, boy.
He didn't
500 grand.
He just ran on the field.
500 grand. You just embarrassed the NFL. And you're a shareholder of an NFL team. Your life has just been ruined.
I'm thinking,
because you got a piece of paper hanging on your wall.
I'm thinking if I bought one of those certificates and then I said, Aaron, liar, liar, pants on fire, Rodgers, they'd fine me.
No. That's only detrimental to the team. That's not detrimental to the NFL. It's detrimental to the welfare of the NFL.
Well, hey, but Green Bay's part of it. Okay.
If you say Roger Goodell is a so-and-so, maybe then you might be in trouble.
You might get fined. But really, they put, this is why I market legal services. And I tell my members, have your attorney review your documents, especially if you have any questions, because you just never know what these corporations will stick in a document. And just, if you're not reading it, then they're getting away with it on a daily basis, and they depend on that. So I just thought that was absolutely amazing. For your investment of $300, you can put yourself at risk of $500,000.
People,
all right, Benny.
More for less.
More for less. Again, we say thanks for following. Please leave comments and suggestions. Remember to click the like button and the notification bell so that when we put out these videos once a week, you will get your notifications and you can click on it and check out Ben and Barry on football on YouTube. Benny, any final comments?
Yeah, I got a final comment. So I coach a flag football team called the Seminoles. Seminoles were established back in 1991. Very successful franchise as far as flag football is concerned. Been in national tournaments up and down the East Coast, all over the country, just about. Right now, I'm working with a group of guys, really great guys, a lot of young guys, got some veterans, and we're doing the best that we can. We had a really, really rough season. In fact, we only won one game this season. But because there's not a lot of teams in the league, everybody made the playoffs. So we had to play the number 3 seed, who was 7-3. I put a defense together that I thought would stop them or give them at least some trouble, because they'd already beaten us twice during the season. I put it together the morning of the game. The Thursday night before the game, we came up with 4 new offensive plays that were based off of old looks. The score was 13-12. We were pushing down toward 2 minutes left. We were down by 1. They got into our red zone. We started using our timeouts, trying to save time, because we knew if they scored, we would need time to try to come back. If they scored, they would be up 19-12, right? If they got the extra point, they'd be up 20-12, meaning that we would have to come back, score a touchdown, and get a 2-point conversion just to tie, to hopefully go to overtime. We used all our timeouts, got a timely sack, and stopped them, and then rolled down the field with a few seconds over 2 minutes and no timeouts, and scored and held on and won the game. My team that won one game this season is in the semifinals Sunday.
Wow.
Go Noles.